Good morning, beautiful people. I hope everyone had a beautiful weekend. I know I did. I was busy sewing and crafting and staying busy. So today's the 20th of March. We are in the last quarter in the banishing time of the month. So it's the time of letting things go and stopping bad habits. Lack of transparency results in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. The theme for the day: what is the source of your deepest refreshment? So during the banishing time of the month, it's the time of letting things go. And the reason you do it during this time is that the full moon is working its way down to the dark moon. And the energy is release. It's releasing bad habits. It's also releasing negative thoughts. It's also releasing bad things that have happened in your past. Some things that I have used the banishing moon for is if I'm struggling with a particular issue that is hurtful or a lot of painful memories surround a particular event, I will take, or have in the past taken, that particular event and spent the time between the banishing moon and the balsamic moon, and so it's about a week, and I take that time to focus on that particular issue, to work through it. It's a very specific amount of time, and it also allows you to focus on that one issue for a very specific purpose without getting sidelined. And it lets you then work on it and then put it away for a while so that you can address it later. Sometimes healing in our lives, we think of healing as something that, okay, you heal a little bit and then you're over it. And that's not what really happens. When you need to heal from bad things that have happened to you, it can take years. And it is important to be able to look at those things head on, but it's also important to recognize that you can't do it all in one fell swoop. It's not like a chore of mopping and sweeping the floor. That you can do in one fell swoop. But if you think of that analogy, you also have to move all the furniture, and you have to pick things up, and you have to move things around. Well, the same thing is with your mind and your emotions and trauma that has happened to you. You have to take the time to move the furniture out of the way, the impediments that are in your way, so that you can look at those traumas and learn to heal from them and learn what the lessons were in those traumas. I am not going to be the person that tells you, bad things happen to you. There's a lot of different analogies there, but what I'm trying to say is that anything that has happened to you, good or bad, is something you have the opportunity to learn from. And pain and grief and trauma give you opportunities to make you stronger. And they are opportunities to learn from those lessons. I have had bad things happen to me, and in those bad things that happened to me, what I try to take from each one of those things every single time is, what is the positive? What have I learned from that? What have I learned in my behavior or from someone else's behavior? There was a person in my youth that behaved a certain way throughout my entire youth, a particular behavior. And I never liked that behavior. And as an adult, I have striven to never accept that behavior in myself. It comes out occasionally because that behavior is something that was in my life for so long. So I inadvertently learned from it. But I don't like that behavior, so I don't want to behave that way. So as a result, when I find myself leaning in that direction, I stop. So the banishing time in the moon allows you to address those those issues, trauma, hurt, pain, but it can also be a time that when you focus on letting things go, it can also be material things. I also experienced a person in my life that was a hoarder as a child, and hoarders bother me. So I'm very careful that I let things go in my life so that my physical life does not become cluttered. So the theme of the day is, what is the source of your deepest refreshment? What is the source of the deepest level of peace that you bring to your life? Where does that come from? And that's the contemplative message today. But the other underlying theme with the moon is letting things go. And the quote that I read a little earlier, a lack of transparency results in distrust and a deep sense of insecurity. I have, over the years, enveloped and welcomed and embraced the idea of transparency in my life. It is a good thing, because when, I fondly make phrases like running naked through my own life, because nakedness makes other people uncomfortable, but at the same time it reveals so much. And that's a physical manifestation of the spiritual. My spiritual being, the person that I am, is completely transparent. If you ask me a question, you will get an answer. So I often tell people who know me fairly well, do not ask me a question you do not want an answer to, because I will answer it. And as I have learned tact over the years, I have also learned that tact masks that transparency, and I don't like it. It can come across as deceitful and hurtful. So banishing time is the time of letting things go and stopping bad habits. One moon, I decided I was going to get down to 10 pairs of shoes. And so I got rid of all but 10 pairs of shoes. And for years, I maintained that standard of I will only have 10 pairs of shoes. And it worked for a really long time. I think I'm definitely up to 15 now. But it's the small things. It's not necessarily the big things. It's the small things that you adjust a little bit along the way to make your life more of what you want from it, and more of what you want to get from it. Ancestors of right measure. It's a new moon prayer. It's a banishing moon prayer, because it goes from the banishing moon to the new moon, where the moon disappears from the sky, and we release things through to that time. And when the new moon comes, you try something new. You adjust. You again adjust with the moon and the moon's energy. Something that's also really nice is that tomorrow is the waning crescent moon. We're moving into the new moon energy. So today is the day to look at the things that you want to let go. Pick something that you want to let go in your life. Pick one small, tiny thing and let it go. And think about it. Write it down. Take some time and learn to let it. So that is today's morning prayer, and I wanted to say Monday. Take some time outside. Turn off your computer, turn off your phone, walk away. Enjoy the outside, enjoy our environment while we have it. Take a moment to find your peace. Take a moment to spread your peace. Smile. Take a deep breath and be at peace. I hope everyone is well, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow in prayer.